All right, it's July 3rd, 2025, my first time going live. Gonna see if we can get the Moon Valley fireworks there off in the distance. Once it gets started, I'll adjust the camera for the best view here. I don't even know what avenue we're on. We are on 8th Avenue up by the church at the top of the hill. This is where I've been the past 2 years so I can get a good view. I have some family that live over in Moon Valley that I could probably go to their house and get a shot. I don't want to fight the traffic. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of traffic throughout Moon Valley tonight. My assumption is everybody's pulled over and watching it. Maybe that's what I would do, have a barbecue out front or something like that. You can see that storm that I showed you earlier in a short is moved off to the distance there in the north. You'll see some lightning flashes there off in the distance. Car going by. Now last year, there were a lot more cars parked up here watching. I only see one extra car with a family that's up here to watch. But last year there were 10. I see some fireworks out there to the right. I think that's just somebody's fireworks going off. Yeah, those are home fireworks. But once they get started, I think here in the next 10 to 15 minutes, then I will adjust the camera, zoom in if I have to, and get a good shot for everybody. Put a little mini Coke in the freezer. Froze it. It didn't get icy the way I like it, but it is cold enough. It was in there for about a half an hour. You think it'd have those ice chunks in it. That's what I'm going to have tonight, sitting up here. Get the label in there. Sitting up here watching the 4th of July fireworks on the 3rd of July. I think it's supposed to start about 8:45 p.m. Have myself a nice ice cold Coca-Cola. I thought I'd be able to plan it out a little bit better than the last 2 years, but this is a nice spot to be if you don't have a lot of time and you just want to come and set up something quick, sit in the car with the air conditioning on. It's not too bad right now. Humidity's a bit up since we had that rain last night. Look at those little fireworks going off in the distance there. That is definitely somebody's personal fireworks. I do believe we're pretty much at the right angle. Not zoomed in enough, but at the right angle to see the Moon Valley fireworks from the Moon Valley Country Club when they start off here. I believe those blink on red lights, if you can see them on the bottom left, are straight in front of us. It's from Deer Valley Airport area. See some planes out there. It's a warm night, a little bit humid. Nice little bit of a breeze, so it kind of cools down the sweat that's brewing on the top of my eyebrows here. But it's not that bad of an evening. I remember, was it 4 or 5 years ago, I sat outside my house, just out there on the street to watch the fireworks up on the little bit of a hill there, and I was just sweating. It was just too much. The humidity was too much. It was over 100 degrees still at night. It was crazy. Last year wasn't too bad, and the year before, and that's why I'm back out here this year. Won't be going to any firework displays tomorrow for the 4th. I really don't like fighting the crowds and being herded like cattle, especially in this heat, and you're going to be outside. And I was out today in the heat, so the last thing I want to do when I get home tomorrow is pack up and go sit out in the heat again. So I think I'll just sit in my pool and listen for the fireworks around me. People lighting them off, their own personal fireworks. Let's hope for no fires, of course. We are coming up on 8:34, so we have probably, if it is 8:45 when it starts, we have a good 15, 16 minutes to go here. We are looking towards the north of Phoenix there. This road goes north. Here's some sparklers going off here on one of these streets here, one of these side streets. Moon Valley puts on a pretty good display. It's nothing like you see in like Chicago or New York City or Pennsylvania, but it's not a bad display. I think it was Indian School, Indian Bend Park, something like that. Back in the year, maybe 2000, 2001, that had a pretty good show, but I think they canceled those down there. So we're just gonna sit here and wait for the fireworks. Maybe it's another visitor coming up to watch the show. I always thought about maybe going to get a pizza and wings beforehand and then coming out and watching the show, sit here and eat the pizza. And this will be the third year that I did not do that. But I do have a nice little cooler filled with some Coke and Dr. Pepper and bottled water. Brought a chair this year. Forgot to do that the past 2 years. So I better set that up before we get started. That was easy. A little collapsible chair. You want to take a look at it? Let's take a look at that chair. My sister got me this chair for San Diego. Big old chair for us fat boys. So I usually have this set up on my tripod, and of course I forgot the tripod part of the gimbal stabilizer thing. I'm going to be filming this on an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Last year I filmed it on a 13 Pro Max. Saw that little bit of lightning off there in the distance. Breeze has picked up a little bit. It's a nice breeze, it feels good, so it's not too bad out here with that breeze. It's quiet, not that many cars up here. Maybe they don't know what's happening on the 3rd. At Moon Valley, it seems that they always do it. I'll have to go back and check my video from last year, but they always do it the day before the 4th. I'm going to have to look into that and figure out why. I did go to the Moon Valley Country Club website, and it says it was for tonight. I tried to click on the link, but I think because the reservations are all taken up, they don't let you go any further, and I really couldn't read their small print on the poster. It was blurry on my phone, or blurred out, so I didn't get the exact time, but one of my cousins who lives in Moon Valley told me it was 8:45. And we're coming up on that here in how many minutes? 7 minutes. Not bad. I wouldn't want to be under a bunch of bright lights or herded together with a bunch of people. Then it would get a little bit warmer, but got a nice breeze flowing by. I'm sweating a little bit, so that helps cool you down, but not overly so. When I sit down to watch the fireworks and quit talking and let you enjoy it, I think it'll be all right. All right, all right, all right. I started early because this is my first time going live with anything, so I wanted to make sure I was prepared and not trying to do it all right when the show started. So if I had any problems, I could work through them, but it was pretty simple. On a 5G network, so that's working out good. No Wi-Fi right here. Some personal fireworks going off in the distance. It is a Thursday night. Breeze definitely picked up a little bit. Not enough to cancel the show, I don't think. When the show does get started, I'll take a minute. I'll move the phone, zoom in, make sure it's nice and clear, then set the phone down. Set the phone down and let the magic happen. I definitely thought there'd be more people up here. We only have the one car unless there's another one coming to watch the show, but I definitely thought there'd be more people out here. Nope, I think they're just going home. Like I said, last year I think there was about 10 groups, 10 cars parked out here. The year before that, maybe up to 20. Another reason I like coming up here watching the fireworks is that there is a mountain behind me, Shaw Butte Mountain, and the sound just echoes off it. It's so cool sounding. Love that sound. But the main reason is it gives you a beautiful view, a complete view of the fireworks. And if I went to my cousin's house in Moon Valley to watch them, I think I'd have to be looking up to get a good view of them instead of looking out towards the horizon there. 8:42, we got about 3 minutes to go. Happy Independence Day early to everyone. Taking a look at the shot right now, looks pretty good. Nice clear view. You can see just down the road past the street light there is a slope where it goes downhill again. I was gonna park there, but there's a tree. You can't see it in the dark here, but there's a tree over on somebody's property to the right. And if I remember correctly, that kind of blocks out part of the sky where the fireworks go. So I pulled up here a little bit higher. I think I'm about in the same spot as last year. I'll go back and check. $8:43, about a minute and a half to go here. Just took a nice swig of Coca-Cola. Now, I did think I would be able to write something in the description when I clicked on to go live, but I think you might have to do that before you actually click on to go live, so I didn't get that in there. But we are watching the 4th of July fireworks from Moon Valley. That was pretty high. Is that? Nope, that's not Moon Valley's. That was just a regular person's one firework. I do believe the Moon Valley ones are a bit over to the left. Not directly down the street, a bit to the right of the street and to the left of where we saw that last firework there. But we'll find out here soon enough. Looks like we might have another car pulling up. So that would make a total of 3 of us out here to watch the fireworks this year. A little bit of lightning there in the background. Oh, is that it? Or is that the... love that sound. Here we go. Unless that's a personal fireworks, maybe not. No, that's them. Let me adjust it here. Sorry for that. $8:45. They're off. Right on time. Happy early 4th of July to everyone. Do I need to adjust it a little bit more? Is it pretty much right on target? Right there. I'm going to sit back and just let you watch. Trying to look in to see if it's too blurry. It's my first time going live. Forgive me if it is. No, I think that's good. Moon Valley, Phoenix, Arizona. Moon Valley Country Club fireworks. These are the Moon Valley fireworks, Moon Valley Country Club, July 3rd, 2025. Been going on for about almost 10 minutes now. It's a good view. If I zoom out a little bit more, will it get any clearer? Let's find out. Gotta be careful not to knock the phone over here. Oh. I think my favorite one is the ones that when they blow up, they rain down. Those are pretty cool, but I like the ones that rain down, like a willow tree or something. I think I've only seen one of those so far. Earlier in the show. Those are pretty cool too, little trailers at the end. Ooh, that one was good. If you're watching, please click subscribe and hit that like button. Check out the other shorts on my channel. Got a bunch of Lego shorts, but I'm thinking about separating that from this channel and just having a separate Lego channel. I have a bunch of Legos that I do stop motion with. I've actually gotten better at it over the past year and a half, so I think I'll start a new channel and have better quality videos. Those are cool. right, that looks to be the end of it. 9:05 p.m. So they went on for 20 minutes, 20-minute show. I'll be back out here again next year to check them out for the 2026 season, hopefully. You can see the smoke settling there, lightning in the background. And we had a total of 2 other groups out here, only 2 other cars besides me, so just 3 of us, and then of course some neighbors were out in their front and backyards watching it. So pretty nice little show for going live. Now it's time to pack everything up and put it away. All in all, not a bad little show. 20 minutes, free fireworks, can't beat that. I fit my tripod that goes with my stabilizer there, but it's okay. I had a box in the trunk I was able to use. If you get the chance and you don't want to fight the crowds, which is what I like as I get into the car here. Oh. But if you ever get the chance, like I said, don't want to fight the crowds. Sorry, it's a little dark in here. This is not my car, so I don't know where the light is here. There we go. Ah, there we go. So if you want to come out here, you don't want to fight the crowds. This is a nice little area here. Something wrong with that light. On 8th Avenue here. I can't see the other street. What is this? Surrey? S-U-R-R-E-Y. You can, let's shut that one off. You can park along the road here and get a good view. Make sure nobody's in front of me there. Get a good view of the Moon Valley Country Club fireworks when they have it next year. Bring a chair. Have a nice little cooler packed with some cold drinks because it could get hot. Like I said earlier in the video, there was 1 year, 4 years ago or so that I was out here doing this at my own house up the hill a little bit. And it was just pouring sweat. It was so humid, I couldn't do it. I couldn't even sit outside and watch the fireworks. It was so bad, even with a cold drink in my hand. But yeah, this is a nice little area. You get a great view of the fireworks. You don't get the ambiance and the music that they have, the showmanship that goes along with it when you're actually at the event, at Moon Valley Country Club or whatever event you're going to tomorrow. So there is that to be said. You don't have the music playing, and the fireworks usually are themed to go off with the music and stuff like that. So you have that ambiance, that atmosphere. Now this light's starting to blink quite a bit. But all in all, not bad. Like I said, get yourself a cooler with some cold drinks. Make sure you bring a chair, something to sit in. I noticed these 2 groups up here. Half of them, the one car, they just sat in the car with the air conditioning on. I don't blame them. It's a little bit warm. It wasn't too bad though sitting in the chair. I wasn't sweating or anything like that. And there was a nice little bit of a breeze, but it's warm out. And then the other car that was here, about half of them were outside and half of them were in the car watching. I think the alarm's going to go off here because I didn't put on my seatbelt yet. Let me just turn around. But I didn't have to fight any crowds, so that's nice. Pull up a chair and just relax and watch the fireworks. Well, that'll do it. Thanks for joining me. You are so greatly appreciated. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great 4th of July weekend. Have a better tomorrow. Please click that subscribe button, trip over that like button, and remember,